This is seeds. I'm going to eat that. I am going to drop the oak seeds, grab the animal fat, more useful for me. And there we've got our infested chest there as well. That. Oh, wow. So you could have just kind of come straight up from down there. That would have been an interesting one. But this is the reward for doing a level 1 point of interest as an infested clear. Drop paper. Take the barbed wire mod. May come in handy later. Hey. There's the keys. There were keys in there, weren't there? There they are. Okay, job's a good one. Compliment is back. Oh, doggo. Doggo horde. Ghost shadow. None know stealth as I know stealth. Damn it, I'm going to be dropping rotten flesh. Oh, actually, rotten flesh is fine to drop. I'm not farming yet. I don't even know where I'm going to build my base yet. I may build it on the horde base, you know, against typical standards. Do I want to do that, though? I want to pick something else up instead. I'm going to scrap that so I can just grab all of this, sure. I mean, just because I haven't built a farm yet doesn't mean I won't. Hi. Don't blame me when you've got such poor senses. That being said, I guess I'd have poor senses too if my eyes had, like, rotted out of my face. Yeah, we looted the mailbox. Is that all of them? The zombie dog horde is actually one of the most scary ones, if I'm honest. I would sooner take on a horde of bikers than zombie dogs. Is it a horde of vultures? Because that's the only thing I would consider worse than a horde of zombie dogs. Right, well, I will absolutely take glue over crushed sand. Hey, Grugenvids! How you doing, buddy? The zombie slaying is going well so far. I don't believe the lack of ice would harm you at all. Aavak, we all know you've got servo skulls for just such an occasion. Shh, we don't talk about that. Wrath of Mankind. Ah, you scoundrel. Isn't ready. Decide where you're going to stop. There we go. I think that is jobs are good at now. I think a couple of the zombie doggos fell in there. Alright. I'm just going to use power attacks. I've got daggers. It doesn't take me too much effort to do. Oh, imagine how much damage I'd be doing with steel arrows. Because these are just balls. I did not properly check my surroundings. That was very silly of me. Whoop. Okay. And then zombie doggo. Okay. And you know what? Oh, apparently not. Why am I crouched? All of the mistakes, all of the time. There. Thunk. Yep. My silenced shotgun. We're at Morningstar. Oops, it's 3 a.m. I gotta go. No worries. We're all familiar with that one. On that note, I really do need to get back to our Mechanicus run. We still haven't finished it. Amongst many other things that I haven't finished recently. Another Night Stalker that I can't do anything with yet. Vexing. Why is there a vortex in that pool? Burner holes are pretty nasty too. And bee swarms were awful back when hornets were still a thing. Hornets were a thing in this? Okay, that's something I've never experienced. When did they get taken out? That sounds fascinating. Yeah, but weird question. Do you think your in real life hunting experience affects your hunting in games? If the game does is quite faithful, it's like a high fidelity simulation of real world, I guess, applicable physics. So it doesn't really matter if it were to simulate like rifle bullet drop well, because I've never hunted with a rifle, so it wouldn't really help me at all. But if it simulated the dispersion of buckshot, I'd be, then I would be good with that because I've hunted with a shotgun. I've not hunted with a bow, but I've trained with a bow. So if it's got a high degree of fidelity to how this works and incorporates lots of the concerns that you would have using that weapon, then yeah, my experience would work. At least insofar as how to predict how my weapon would function. I guess there are some concepts that are standard to hunting that would come across a little bit, but I wouldn't say it's a significant advantage in any particular way, if indeed there is one. But I guess there probably are some things. That needs to be smelted. Wood in there. But any other things I want to put in there? Nope. I want to sell these. I think those are the only things that I want to do. Oh, I want to drop off this, and I want to drop this in there. Oh yeah, that'll do. But I think it really all depends on what we're talking about, what game, how it models itself, how faithfully it models the simulation. I really want to get more tea. Get that going. That murky water on the go. Guess I'll have some of this for now. I think that's about right. Need to get a flashlight mod, basically, for this helmet to be useful. Wiki says Hornets were removed A16, though, so it's probably reliable. Okay, so, given that, I don't know exactly when they were taken out. They used to mostly spawn in irradiated zones, but they were replaced with static hives later, since giant mutant bee hornets didn't quite fit the vibe that the devs were going for, yeah. I guess I must have started playing around there, around 16. Basically, I started playing when they introduced electric traps. That's when I... Like, just maybe a week before then. We did a whole big old dappling 7 days kind of game night thing. Which is amazingly fun, by the way. Having, like, 20, 30 people following the lead of the only 2 people who knew what the hell they were doing. I often remember that, actually. Leafin blowing us all up. Me being deathly afraid of screamers, whereas now I consider them free XP.
Well, you proved me wrong. Now,
Forged steel?
get the hell out of here.
Shamway secret recipe, maybe? I could pick that up, I suppose. A can of high-quality Shamway ham. Shamway, the #1 maker of meat-like products. The lunch of champions. Now 100% acid-free. Give me just a second to make sure my window is closed, because I believe the work crews are over at the old municipal building, which they're currently tearing down. Just make sure that there's not going to be too loud. Yeah, we're good. Though I can still hear it a little bit. Do let me know if that becomes a bit distracting. Are we continuing the 7 Days to Die co-op on YouTube? Yes, we absolutely are. Oh, my Let's Play started in A17. Oh, yeah, absolutely. But we weren't recording when we first started playing. It was just like a game night thing that we did. I guess we could take this. The steel is quite nice, though, because I can't make steel yet. So, actually, you know, I'll take the steel for now.
Just get the fuck out of here.
Do awful things. We could get Fetch and Clear.
You want work from
Home
me,
of Jack,
you'll do
Canada.
what you're can't say I'm not surprised.
Okay.
Good luck, kid.
I'll make a little bit of extra cash. Don't need any of those. Crucible is really what we're aiming for. But getting to that is going to be a rough one. I basically need to just go out and harvest money. But that's going to change on day 13. I don't think it is within my capacity to loot 15k's worth of dukes within this time. But let me go back to base and just check the value of a couple of things, because it might be that if we just go out, like if I find if certain things that I can easily gather from cars will make me a lot of money quickly, then I will spend the day hunting for cars. Oh, thank you so much. I'm really glad you're enjoying the co-op. I'll let Lady Sheelab know. That will mean the world to her. Morning, Lazarus. My issue with this game, says Spectacrim, is that I couldn't run it properly on my old laptop. So the only version I could reliably play was on my PlayStation, which was, and is, so far behind the PC version. Yeah. Though, hopefully they're going to be able to start actually updating that now that they've gotten the rights to distribution back. And I believe they're looking to do some sort of discount for people who had bought the old one. The only problem is that effectively it's a new product. They can't, like, they don't have access to any of the purchase data or all sorts of things because of the whole licensing shenanigans that went on. It just seems like such a mess. Right, 147, so that's definitely a nope. No, we're not gonna get any real money out of this stuff. Tragic to say. Oh well. It's not something we can afford to be sad about. Now, tomorrow is the first day that the horde might occur. So given that, I think it prudent for me to at least get this base up to a point where it can function as a horde base. Even if I take it no further than that. So given our model over here, go ahead and make 50 blocks. Now, I guess what I'm thinking at this stage is that if I assume we have a walkway out here, and this is where I build my traps, the electric fence traps. Similarly, walkway out here. So I'm just kind of measuring it. Again, measure twice, cut once sort of thing. Because with a base this tall, it's going to be a pain if I make a mistake. I think I would like the main approach to be along this central line, going backwards. So let's pop that there. And I suppose one thing I could do is have them funnel. So something like this, and then a single line forward to the attack position over here, and then branching out towards the door. The door would be about there. By necessity. Oh, sorry, no, the door could be here. That gives me quite a lot of room to play with. Still gives me a wide angle of attack as things are approaching, even if they're approaching just down this little part. And if I'm in the middle here, I can probably reach to repair the door. So this is giving me a pretty solid idea of where I need to start placing things. I'm going to need a supportive pillar somewhere down here. Not exactly sure where. But effectively I want another like pit, a stilt, much like that one. Somewhere around here maybe. Just to support the approach, and then it starts rapidly going down. Now I can either have ladders rising that the zombies will approach on all sides and get up, but I worry that they'll just damage ladders. So I'm thinking maybe a combination of the two would be useful. Ramps and ladders. It might work out best that if I have a combination of ramps and ladders, or just a zigzag combination of ramps, so ramps going this way, and then doubling back to go this way, just to get the kind of height we need, because we've got to basically got 15 levels, more or less. I think it's actually closer to 12, but we'll have to get the exact numbers in a moment. Give me just a second to check my phone. Just got a message. Oh, my friend's moving house. It is moving day. Yeah, I think it may be time for me to just decide on a position to sink a rise. Sorry, a supportive pillar. Then I will head up to that point. That way, like, I'll dig the pit, rise the pillar, set up the top and build an access point for myself, just a temporary access point, and then I can just build out from there. It'd be a lot easier. Now, how far out can wood ramps go? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 blocks. That does not give us a lot to play with, to be fair. That does not give us a lot to play with. Let's see. Take that away and I take this away. It's fine, so this is 3. I'm going to have to build off to the side just so that I can make this happen. 4. 5. 6. Now the thing is these blocks are drawing structural stability from everything else. But you notice how I can't... Well, actually, I can't place it there because there's nothing underneath it. But I believe this is the 8th one. I can place that. Oh. I can bring it out even further. Okay. I'm a little bit surprised by that. All right. Well, it should be okay. I may have to build from both sides. Effectively, you can make... Dunk. Okay, well, I didn't hurt myself too much, so that wasn't so... Oh, I removed... Ah, my bad. But as you can see, effectively, this was gaining structural stability from the fact that it was a wider walkway. But that's what I'm trying to avoid happening, in a nutshell. Let us sink a pillar about here. I really wish I had a tool that could dig in one go. Sadly, no. It's going to take me a little bit, unfortunately. To go to sleep. But I'll leave my PC and such on in lurk mode. Here's hoping that if the carrier command 2 prep ends up happening today, then I'm awake for it. But my luck, I won't be. Oh, don't worry. It'll just be, effectively, we'll be just testing it out for the folks who have no idea how to control the game, just so that people can get an opportunity to get used to it. For those interested, we're going to be doing a bit of a carrier command dappling game. The goal is to build up to the point where we've got 2 or more fully human staffed carriers playing against each other. But right now we're just going to focus on PvE and get people used to the actual commands. If you're interested, you can join us over on Dapperdell Discord. The link can be gotten by typing !Discord in chat. And then once one of the Archons or myself give you server privileges, you'll be able to post in all the channels and see all of the channels, more importantly. Let's use that. Snuck up on. Thank you, Road Train. Yeah, we've been looking to do, like, just some community game nights. Not, no plans for streaming or anything, though not against that, like, as with the Eco server. But, yeah, we've been trying to organize doing, like, game nights for a little while. Something like that is quite cooperative, at least if you're all on the same crew. So it seems like a good fit. Here's Eleonora. Hearing wandering around here. Alright, I need to go down. It's 1, 2, so I need to go down 3 layers. Now it's going to be a little bit easier now, thanks to the fact that digging through dirt is fairly simple. And my levels in the I think is minus 69 that's helping me out here. Not sure. Let me just remind myself. Yeah, minus 69 is allowing me to do more block damage, so I'm getting through the hit points on the block a lot faster. Mind you, the other one is also giving me more resources, so they're both helping in their own way. Two, 3, 4, 5. So, yeah, that's... Oh, have I gone 1 too far? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah, I have. I'll poop. I need 5 topsoils. So I'm going to need to repair that. Did I hear eco server? Well, I was more referring to the fact that when we had the eco server up and running, I was streaming it. But yeah, I mean, I would actually be quite in favour of getting another eco server up and running. That was a lot of fun. I think it was just remarkably satisfying to see the village just slowly expand out. Though I think we probably would want higher difficulty settings, because a lot of people managed to max out skills quickly because of the level of cooperation that was happening. That's to the detriment. Like, you didn't have people specializing as a consequence. Did I hear a screamer? No. It was too easy for one person to do so many different jobs that there wasn't much reason for people to interact, which is ironic, really, I guess, because despite the degree of collaboration that was involved, people just didn't need it, so they could just become hermits and do all of the jobs, and then everyone was competing for people to interact with their shops and so on and so forth. Which was a little bit of a problem when one person could almost completely represent an entire industry. Yeah, we're always looking for suggestions on what the next community game should be. So if you've got any input, by all means, just hop into the gaming channel and give us your pitch. Go, that's the correct amount. Should get another level from just doing this bit. Now, I know it's kind of arduous work doing this, but the nice thing is that this will dramatically fortify the base of the pillars, which, as you can imagine, is really important to have fortified. Eco makes me happy in a way that no other game has, and it's because of the wonderful people I played with. I'm sure all of the dapper lads and lasses would be a delight to game with. I mean, it depends on what kind of server you're looking for as well. If you're looking for... Like, on smaller servers, it makes a lot more sense for a lot of people to work together and just, you know, pursue the primary objective. There's no, like, economy or anything like that. Lots of things are only possible when there's a sufficiently large group of people involved in it. Where's my bike? Compass? There we are. Well, one of the things that was quite nice with the Dappling server is there were so many people. We basically had, like, 2 or 3 different villages. We had various companies that took on more group like infrastructure and that sort of stuff, rather than specifically working on something that they could sell to individuals. It was more something that would benefit the entire server, like roads. It was amazing. Really, really had fun with it. We didn't quite have enough to get a proper government going, but it was pretty solid all the same. Nice. Right, to get this, I would need, yeah, only strength 3. Might be worth it. Sure. All you need for a proper government is one person to say, I'm in charge. Okay, so I actually get where you're coming from, and I agree. But what I meant by proper government is a government with the full suite of mechanics, not just being done for the sake of it, but being done because it made sense to be done. And for that, you need a larger body of people involved in the government, casting votes, all that sort of stuff. Having different branches. And we didn't quite have that level of engagement, or rather activity to warrant it. But I suspect that we could probably get to that point. Now with that much, we should be able to get a bit of the way done. Chop this tree on the way as well. Now, I am pretty famous for getting a horde base together and then only barely fortifying, like the back end of it. Just like got loads of wood blocks all over the place where it isn't directly in the path of danger. There's no guarantee that won't happen here. Cobble. I've got a bit of cobble. I should be okay. It becomes glorious when you've got a nail gun in this and you can upgrade a block with a single hit. At that point, you can just have fields of blocks and just upgrading them in order to gain the EXP. Don't know why I always say EXP instead of XP. Oh, I guess experience. Because experience is spelt with an E. Still, lizard brain. I mean monkey brain. Shifty eyes. Oh, we've still got plenty. I only need this to be cobble for this horde, I think. Alrighty, it's approaching 11 AM. I believe it is time for me to attempt to sleep. Ah, yes. Sleeping through the hottest part of the day. Wise move, Leafin. Wise move. Sounds like some sort of new industrial minimalist music. Kinda does, doesn't it? You're not wrong. Right, that's pretty much it for the cobble that I've got, so I'm going to need to go and gather a whack load of stone for the rest of this. But I can at least get it up to cobble on one side and then... Oh, actually, I can't even do the whole side. Yep. Right. Now, if I go back over to the spot that I have marked as a quick marker, I should be able to grab a bunch of stone from there. And I'm going to need to hunt for the next big rock. Now, my hope is that I always tend to over-engineer my horde bases for the day that I'm on. But my hope is to get it done and then not have to worry about it again for a good long while. So this isn't going to be something that we're constantly doing. It's more that after the horde base shenanigans of the first night, horde night, I want a base that'll actually work. Go figure. Oh, actually, I've got loads of cobble. Why wasn't I making all of this into cobble blocks? Oh, I may as well grab this, but... If you think I'm going to turn off the AC, Aavak, you are highly mistaken. What? I wouldn't tell you to turn off the AC. I'm just imagining that even with the AC, it's kind of wildly hot over there. That being said, I've never been to Greece, so I only have, like, exaggerated stories about how hot it can get in Greece to go off. And I imagine in a country that gets, you know, frequently very, very warm, you're going to have, you know, quite heavy-duty ACs in most houses. So I suppose it isn't really much of an issue. Lauren, your timing on saying that was perfect, because my character was just, like, you know, heaving a laboured breath. We'll see about that, 9. 1v1 me, bro. Your horde base versus my horde base. I won him in a trainer duel. I mean, you know, that's fair. How could I compete with that? That's tradition there. Can't get in the way of tradition. Leafin came back. No, we've been rumbled. I've never been one for the sort of glitchy horde bases that rely on the fact that even a tiny part of a block that's solid takes up the full meter cubed area. And so if you stack them correctly, you basically have a couple of like hanging pearls of rock supporting an entire base above it. I've never really liked that. I find it, you know, charming that someone puzzled out that was possible, but it's always felt a little bit cheesy. Like, I want the base to have a risk of falling to the horde. Because if I didn't want to have to defend myself at Horde Night, I'd just turn Horde Nights off. Or, I don't know, I'd play a different game, I guess. Hey, Beatram, how you doing, mate? Problem is, though, knowing they will find you now. Even if you dig down a completely, like a bedrock horde base, they will still be able to path to you during Horde Night, and they will come to you. They will look for you. They will find you. Oh, welcome, Demi. Welcome back to the land of the living. Ooh, the odds of post-stream carrier command 2 are going up sharply. Yep. How goes the survival? Well, so far, I have survived. So, well, I guess. Can't say for how long that's going to continue to be the case, but for the time being, I'm pretty happy that I am still alive. There's a part of me that's wishing I did this bit differently, but, well, a bit too late now. I could have built a 3-wide block. Ah, scallywags. Too late. It would have been glorious, though. Let's go. I'll just copy the shape. It's a lot easier to do. We need to count from this point up, so I have a real idea of how tall I can take this. So, 1, 2, 3. I'm afraid the reason I'm up so soon is because my grandmother called. She wanted us to have lunch together. She put her papa of 16 years... Oh, I'm so sorry. And that'll teach me to read the whole message before I start reading it out loud, but I'm really sorry for her loss. Put the papa down earlier this week, so she needs some company. Well, I think you are being a fantastic person to make time to be supportive of the rest of your family. I hope you will enjoy your lunch. I'm sure we'll be able to get a time together, though, for us to get some carrier command to it, so don't worry about that. And we'll bring this up. Oh, damn it. What I really wanted to be over there, but I'm instead going to be right here. Aha! I didn't break my legs! Success! As long as my legs didn't break, doesn't matter. Can't make it matter.